This is Bruz. I'm starting up a new series for Twitch and YouTube. I recently lost my pet Zora, and then I staked one bill, and then I lost that. I'll just show you a couple of images to prove that I had all what I said I had. Just a moment. So I'll just give you a bit of history. When I started the game, I started out as a pure, and I decided to merge as this was pre-Grand Exchange. So I made a fair bit of money there on the rare market, trading party hat sets. And after that I moved up to like high tier boss drops, Bandos, Dragon Fire Shields, Dragon Full Helms. Then after that I got defense up. I decided to do Zora, so I got full void, range and mage, and I got 80 range, 80 mage, 42 def, and then I farmed Zora up from there. This is when I got my snake, but before getting to where I was in this photo, I'd been cleaned about 2 or 3 times for about 200 mil each time, so I lost about 600 mil total there. This is before deciding to do Zora. I also had 85 mining, which I used to do rune rocks at the ice plateau with a private clan chat. Okay, so after I had enough of Zora, I had maybe 400 mil. And then from there I decided to start asking for stuff at the Grand Exchange, just as an experiment at first. So I'd be like, can anyone spare me 1 mil? And sure enough, a lot of people would trade me. And then it picked up from there, the idea. There was a problem with this because it picked up really quick. A lot of people caught on. A lot of people that had third age and etc., they would copy what I was doing. And eventually I had to get deeper into it, and I'd do more deceptive sort of things. I'd go to the ogres near Castle Wars, and I'd ask to trust trade Robins, Furies, Ranger Tunic, Ranger Boots over 2 mil. So I was making more money there than what I was doing 1 mils. But before I moved to Castle Wars ogres, I was doing tricks with a few friends that I knew in my friends chat. It's like trick psychology. It's another form of scamming, but there's a loophole with it. Anyway, I'd be like, can anyone spare me a Fury? And then I'd get one of my friends to come back and they'd fake trade me. And then I'd pretend that I scammed it, so I'd be like, ha ha ha, good fight Fury. Thanks for the 3 mil donation. And then I'd be like, joke, here, trade me. So I'd trade my friend back, I'd pretend to give his Fury back and also a Fury ornament, which I'm wearing in the photo. So after that, I'd say it again, can anyone spare me a Fury? And so heaps of people would come over and trade me. Sometimes I could get 2 or 3 Furies in one world, and then I'd just hop. And that was like, over 9 mil there per world. And also things like that caught on quick. So then again I had to evolve from there. And I'd like to explain, the deeper I got into this, the more tests there'd be. So I'd scam someone. My real life friend had them on Skype, and he'd been talking to him, and I said, do not have anyone added that we've taken anything from. And anyway, he's talking to the guy on Skype. Now this wouldn't have happened to me, but he was sent a link to the forums, or what appeared to be the forums, and he got keylogged from there. So what happened, this guy that we took a Fury off, he got into my mate's account, he hijacked the account. And see, I've trusted my friend with up to 500 mil before. And anyway, he got into my friend's account and he was talking to me as though he was my friend. Anyway, he brings his other account, which is the one we scammed. So I thought it was my friend on his account. So we decided we might be able to get him for another 3 mil somehow and invite him to join. Anyway, the guy, I won't give his name, but he said, trust trade your friend all of your gear. So I had about 800 mil on or more. And I thought, for some reason, I didn't trade him the Elysian. I gave him the Armadillo, and it was about 33 mil. Anyway, he kept trying to get me to give more, like the Armadillo crossbow. And I said, nah. And I was like to my friend, okay, trade back. Anyway, he traded the person's account that we scammed, and he gave my Armadillo over, and then he was gone, bang. And then I got on Facebook, and I was like to my friend, what's going on? And at first I didn't believe him. At first I thought they staged it, and it was an attack against me. But he got keylogged, and his account was hijacked. So him himself, he lost about 22 mil or more. I lost about 33 mil, and that was that. And I was very lucky I didn't lose the Elysian that night. But that next morning, I made 44 mil in 1 hour. So I rebuilt everything I lost in that 1 hour. And I was approached by somebody, a typical lurer, and I thought I'd have a bit of fun as I had a tele tab in my inventory. So I followed him to Varrock Wildy, and I called him out. I was like, oh, the 10k behind a tree trick. He showed me 100 mil in his info, and I know obviously somebody from the other end of the tree, they've dropped the money and then hid. So I was like, okay, I'm going to pick up your 10k and I'm going to dip. So I ran in the wildy with what I'm wearing in this photo, and then I pick up the 10k and I quickly click my tele tab, but there's two guys there. One of them TB'd me and one of them barraged me, and then they both come in with the double Armadillo Godsword spec. Then they unleashed 4 on me, and then I died. I was probably about 2 seconds out of getting the freeze, but so I lost my pet, which was uninsured, and I also lost my Armadillo. I wasn't too fussed about the money, but I was angry about the pet. So after I lost the pet snake, I was pretty angry. So I chucked 200 mil at the jewel arena, lost that, chucked 600 mil at the jewel arena, lost that, and then it was cleaned. So I lost 200 mil on my snake together, so it was 1 bill. Good game. And I think it comes back down to one thing, and it's karma. I mean, I got very deeply involved in a bad side of the game, and I was doing some wrong things, and I met that test. If it wasn't the night before, it would have been, the next day. So that's just the way of the world. And this is just a video explaining how I got to 1 bill and how I lost it all. Thank you.